Welcome to another episode of Rim Shots with Sean right here on the Rock Rage Radio Network, brought to you by Barstools and Bandtalk. And I have a gentleman I've met through the lovely Raquel Fiagro, who I do a lot of work with. He's coming to you and to me all the way from Sweden. Michael, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing really, really good. It's awesome to join your podcast. It's an honor.
I love talking to people in the other side of the world, just because you sort of figure out, well, you think things might be a little bit different. We all do things very similar. You guys are basically celebrating the 1-year anniversary of an album you put out in 2023 called Under My Skin.
Yes.
Talk about that a little bit, because it sounds to me like that might have been one of those monumentous aha moments for you guys where things kind of came together for you.
Yeah, and it's first of all, like we've been working on that album since like 2018, and we re-recorded like 3 times because our first bass player quit the band when we started taking it more seriously,
right?
And then the new bass player came in, and he put his sound on the songs. And then we like had to cut some songs, and then we went to another studio to record, and then we got signed by a Noble Demon in Germany, and they didn't like 3 or 4 songs, so we have to rewrite some songs, and then we went in again to record the whole album, and it all was so like confusing, because when the record was printed and done, we noticed that we actually forgot one song. So for us, it was kind of like a checkbox, it's like finally we can release this song and this album, and it was like, thank God we waited, because we had the privilege to work with some awesome guest artist, as Nick Petrino, who plays lead guitar with Dee Schneider, and also Doug Blair from Wasp as well. So it was, yeah. Thank God we waited, and after the release, we noticed that it got so great reviews. It was like people, for us, it felt like people have been waiting, and people really capture the whole album, the whole spectrum of the album. Maybe it's like pointing in different directions with some songs, but it's still it was like people took it all in, and thought it was a great debut album from us. So yeah, it's a proud moment.
So the name of the band is S.O.R.M. So it's S.O.R.M.
Yeah.
And when Raquel sent me the presser to get up to speed to prepare to talk for you or with you, I couldn't find anywhere what that stood for in an acronym. Is it a secret? Is it just something you guys made up? What is it?
No one knows. It's a secret, and throughout the years, it's been a kind of like a fun thing, because we let people make up their own stories, their own name, and it's all been from like some vulgar sexist to some like try to make fun of it, and so it's kind of fun to see, and we had some like competitions when, like, if 100% guess right, I will jump on the plane wherever you are and do an acoustic show for 1 hour in your living room if you guess, because I'm so sure that no one will ever figure it out, so yeah.
Amazing idea. And I mean, it's kind of funny because I'm wearing a Kiss shirt. I'm a huge Kiss fan, and they used to say Knights in Satan's Service, which was never a thing ever. No, but in my mind, you guys are going, hey, we're just going to get this out of the way and let people have fun with it. I think it's a great idea. And, hey, maybe it's something in your career that you never reveal it till the very end.
No, yeah. Hey, and look at Wasp, for instance. Right. Like no one knows what it says, and it's like it was this Swedish old guy who actually said that we are Satan's people. And if you ever heard that about Wasp, it comes from a Swedish guy.
Interesting.
Yeah, a Swedish Christian guy.
Well, it's always, because I mean, when things like that happen, everybody's always looking for the least common denominator, right? Like the lowest of the low. It could be, really meant to be the happiest, most uplifting thing, and they're always going to go to the other side of the ledger. So it's too bad. So you're saying it took you a while to get this put out. Obviously, it gets put out. The reaction is super strong. I noticed in your presser that you've signed with a group that you're going to go out and start doing some shows around this, and then pushing that too. That's got to be pretty exciting for you guys.
Yeah, and we've been playing, like we've been doing a lot of shows since we started 2017, and now we actually we stopped ourselves from booking too much show to Christmas, because we are going into the studio at the end of October to start record a new single. But we are at that state that we can't say no if someone asks if we want to play, but
Sure.
But we don't search for shows. Like if someone calls, okay, we can do it. But so we need now to put more focus on writing new materials and putting a single out.
Awesome. You're the third Swedish musician that I've interviewed in my 4 years on Barstools, and I like to ask this question because it's purely from a Canadian who's not. I've never been to Sweden. I want to go, but there just appears to be this work ethic from Swedish musicians that I don't want to necessarily say get the work done and then have the fun, but you guys just seem to be so driven. I think of all the bands that came out of Sweden, from ABBA to Yngwie Malmsteen, from you guys to my buddy Anders in Killer Bee. I mean, first off, is that a true assessment? Is that an accurate assessment? And if it is, why do you think that is?
I don't actually know if that's because I know a couple of bands from America who's been struggling and working really, really hard since '95,
right?
And it's like now that I see that they get something back, that they started for instance, one band, Carbellion from Wisconsin, they for the first time since '95 they actually played outside the States for the first time. They flew to England, and after that stuff started happen. But right. I can only speak for myself that I have very hard to just do stuff halfway, and especially if I feel that I might be able to do this. So I'm not the guy you want to have in a band to just come down and sit and drink coffee for 3 hours and play 30 minutes.
Oh.
I need to see how far I can take it, and I don't see the hurdles. I just see the opportunities, and in everything, when it's come to try to find labels, try to find booking agencies, try to find endorsement or shows to play, or for instance, I'm now doing acoustic shows with Doug Blair from Wasp, because I said to myself I need to reach out to him because I want to buy one of his double neck guitars.
Right.
And it's I don't see the limits when is it enough for me. And I told that to my bandmate as well, that I'm gonna do this, and if you want to be here for the long run, I'd be happy for it. But I understand if you say that I can't do this anymore because it's getting more and more serious, and I can't go where you want to go. But see a lot of Swedish band, but in Sweden it's could be like many like upcoming bands or younger bands. They want it so much, but they think that they know how to do it. They think that they know the industry from the beginning, instead of like they don't want to listen. If I start to like sharing my knowledge with the younger kids, they just, who are you? Like, what do you come and try to boss over me? And I'm not trying to boss, I'm just trying to help you. Like, and here in Sweden it's very common that everybody knows everything.
Thank you for that, Michael, because as Canadians, we thought we were special and thought that only happened in Canada. So it's good to know that things like that are taking place in other countries.
Yeah, man.
And one of the big things that's a theme about, and every time I say this, I go, oh, everybody that watches is going to roll their eyes. But I always talk about networking, because everything that I've been able to accomplish in my life has been through networking. And everybody that I talk to that's had any level of success or fame or whatever in the music business, they always talk about networking, right? So it's not about who's immediately in front of them. It's about 3 or 4 people that they didn't know that they met through somebody else, treated the person the right way, was able to get an opportunity, and then, you know, extend the knowledge to other people and help other people succeed. So what you're saying, I mean, that really it's one of those laws of the universe that I think is never fails. You need to have it.
Yeah, and I also have like the urge to feel that I can help other bands, and but if they say like no, then it's like, okay, I will don't come to me when you realize that you might need my help. If you don't take it when I give it to you, it's over. But it's like, and that's what I feel like I told you before, that throughout the years, like I've been working as a band booker for one of the Swedish biggest booking agencies, and then now I'm helping out our booking agency, and I'm working as a band booker for a metal bar in Gothenburg, and I've done some US tours and European tours, and I worked pretty close to like musicians who has worked in the business for very, very, very long time. So when I try to like help people out or help musicians out, they just feel that I'm like stepping on their toes and I'm the bigger man, you know. But all I want to do is like I want to share my knowledge, especially with younger bands that just think that they know what it's all about. No, you don't, because you just started up, and it's a cruel, nasty business, you know. It's and yeah, that's what I'm trying to, like, when I'm getting that old, that I might feel like, oh, I don't want to push this anymore, I don't want to do this. I want to be able to go back and give the kids something that I never got, you know, the help, the benefit of actually getting a head start from other bands, you know, by taking advice from someone that's been in the industry for a very, very long time, you know.
And it is a cruel, nasty business, and unfortunately, the part that I find a lot of people don't see is it gets overlooked, is the dues paying piece. I mean, it just seems like that nobody wants to do that anymore. They just want to have instant results, and a big part of what kind of, in my opinion, allows you to continue to be successful and continue ahead is learning from, you know, those dues paying times in your life, right? So under my skin, what 2024, I mean, it's not over, but I mean, somebody posted something yesterday on my page, like 99 days left till Christmas, like, you know what I mean? So I'm going like, okay, well, you know, we're getting down to 3 months here, and 2024 is, and I was one of those guys that 2024 is going to be the best year ever, and so far it's been not too bad. But are you guys looking into 2025 for this? I mean, you're going to ride out 2024, but then the big push is going to be in the new year.
Yeah, I like I said at the end of 2023 that 2024 is going to be our year. You know, the album is out, but it's been, in some way, 2024 has been good to us. We released second version of our single Under My Skin together with the dog from Wasp, and that really like hit the spot, but 2024 for us has been a good year in like advertising and reviews, and that more and more people had noticed us. I think that we could have done some more shows and maybe some more festivals, but like, hey, you know, as a dreamer, as a vision, you know 2025 is going to be the best.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I will, and I'm going to follow up with you January 1, and we're both going to crack open a beer or a rum or whatever. We're going to talk about how great 2025 is going to be. Just before we get kind of to the how people find you, as you were talking about the collaborations, I'd be interested to know how they came about, because it always fascinates me when I hear artists doing them, because for whatever reason, some people have, I don't want to collaborate. I don't want to, share the spotlight, but they can be so incredibly important and, successful if you do them. So how did they come about?
Yeah, the first one was with the Nick Petrino from the Schneider Band, and we wrote a song called "I Die for My Rock and Roll." I don't know if you listened to it. We have a music video on the YouTube, driving around in a limousine and creating like the 80s rock and roll style. And the vibe when I wrote the song, like the shell of the song, I just felt, hey, this is something that Twisted Sister could have done in the 80s, and the image I got in my head was driving down the Sunset Strip with my Cadillac and the roof like rooftop off, and just play the song, and the management we had back then, EMG from the States, our manager said that, well, I know Nick who plays with Dee Snider, shall I ask him? Yeah, of course, it would be the best. So Nick said, hell yeah. So that's how that collaboration started with him. And the solo he did doing that song, it's like it's lifts the whole song, it's magical. He really captured the whole essence of the song, with the vibe of Sunset Strip and the Twisted Sister vibes and everything. And when we mixed the song, I told the mixing guy that we need that high pitch snare drum. Like, listen to Twisted Sister live record, and all you hear is an echo of the snare. It's like and he actually became a good friend, and we're still texting sometimes. And I told him that if you ever come to Sweden and tour with one of your bands or Dee Snider, we have to see if we can book a show and have you as the guest. And he's really excited. And then we were supposed to do Under My Skin, the song Under My Skin. As you know, it's a piano version on the album, and that is because Doug Blair didn't have the time to record his parts, because he was out touring and want to take his time. So when it was like 2 or 3 months before the album was gonna to be pressed, I just said, well, we have to have some version of Under My Skin on the album. So that's why the piano version is on. And so me and Doug, like I mentioned before, I saw that he had his own double neck guitar. Like, I don't know if you ever seen them. It's acoustic and electric guitar. So I just after a while searching the internet after where I can buy them, I just took the courage and wrote him, and it took like 20-25 minutes, and he answered, you can buy it from me, I have one left in the States. So, and then we just started talking, and then like after a month, I like asked him, hey, I have this perfect song Under My Skin that will fit perfect for you to play on, because it's a type of like Wasp-ish song. And like you said before, some artists are very, very like protective of themselves, of putting the trademark. And he actually said that well, I have to listen to it first, because not to be rude or mean, but I can't just put my name on everybody who asked me if I wanted to play on the song. But he actually liked it, and then it took some time. I think it took like 2 years for him to record, and then he lived in Finland, so he came over to Stockholm. So we met him there, and we mixed the song with him, and that's why this version is released like 6-7 months after the album. So
nice.
Yeah, and that's how it all started. Then he has joined the S.O.R.M for a couple of shows, and we play some Wasp songs and Under My Skin. And then, like I mentioned before as well, I'm now since 2 years back doing acoustic shows with him. Like so it's pretty wicked. I can't hear you. No.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you.
All right.
But your
I think it's internet troubles, but where are my viewers going to be able to find you guys, Michael?
What?
Where are my viewers going to be able to find you?
You can find us on Spotify and YouTube. Then I think we are on iTunes as well, and hopefully Canada or States in the near future. Yeah, but what's most important is like if you go in on Spotify or watch us on YouTube, please like drop a comment what you think, or like follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and you will see some funny crazy shit.
Well, we'd love to get you over here. Look, I want to thank you for doing this, man, and I'm going to keep following you guys, and let's stay in touch. And 2025, man, we should have that call. January 2nd. All right. New Year's beers. Peace, my friend. Peace, my friend. Take care, man.